Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
The Biden administration isn't funding crack pipes, or is it? Hey guys, my name's Jason Wesley, and this is not a podcast. So there was this story that was going around a couple weeks ago about the Biden administration giving crack pipes to drug addicts that started with a Washington Free Beacon article stating, Biden administration to fund crack pipe distribution to advance racial equity. $30 million program will provide smoking kits to vulnerable communities. A spokesman for the agency told the Washington Free Beacon that these kits will provide pipes for users to smoke crack cocaine, crystal methamphetamine, and any illicit substance. Applicants for the grants are prioritized if they treat a majority of, quote, underserved communities, including African American and, quote, LGBTQ plus persons, as established under President Joe Biden's executive order on, quote, advancing racial equity. Well, that prompted some to post satirical videos like this on social media.
Do you know why you're here?
I'm here for the same reason you is, man. I want some crack.
We are not giving crack away today.
What?
No.
What time is it?
It's 5 o'clock.
Did I miss the 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Our most trusted source, CNN, did a fact check on this story, and here's what they said. Last week, an article claiming that the Biden administration planned to give away crack pipes to drug addicts went viral, eliciting outrage on the right and prompting a series of clarifications from the administration. Snopes gave the claim a mostly false rating. In early 2022, the Biden administration endeavored to advance racial equity by distributing crack pipes to drug users. In 2022, a U.S. Health and Human Services Substance Abuse Harm Reduction Grant did require recipients to provide safer smoking kits to existing drug users. In distributing grants, priority would be given to applicants serving historically underserved communities. However, what's false, this was just one around 20 components of the grant program and far from its most prominent or important one, despite being the primary focus of outraged news reports. The purpose of the program was to reduce harm and the risk of infection among drug users, not to advance racial equity, although that was a secondary consideration. I don't understand how you can give it a mostly false rating when you didn't state anything that was false. You just said this was one around 20 components of the grant program. Okay, so it's one component. That's not a lie and that's not false. It is true. And then you say the purpose of the program was to reduce harm and risk of infection among drug users, not to advance racial equity. And then you say, although that was a secondary consideration, which means it was true. All of it was true. So it should have been originally rated mostly true.
Come on, man.
But it's a good thing the White House press secretary, Jen Psaki, provided a clarification that we all were looking for.
HHS just put out a statement clarifying around some of the reports that crack pipes would be part of the safe smoking kits that are funded by the administration. But can you clarify for us, were they never a part of the kit, or were they removed in response to this reporting and this pushback?
They were never part of the kit. It was inaccurate reporting, and we wanted to put out information to make that clear.
But then Snopes changed it from mostly false to outdated. After a wave of grossly misleading news coverage in February 2022, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services stipulated that federal funding would not be used to include pipes in safe smoking kits as a part of a substance abuse harm reduction grant program. This newly stipulated detail was not originally available, meaning the assertions made in the first wave of coverage had become outdated. But let's take a look at these kits from the streets of Hollywood.
This is what we living at, y'all, and this is what the government's doing. Joe Biden said he spent $60 million on paraphernalia for drugs, and this is what it looks like. It says being alive. This is a meth pipe. Yep. Right here with this bubble thing. I guess you put the meth in there. This is a crack pipe. Yep. Okay. These are all instructions on how to overdose treatment and education. This is the needle in here. I'm not going to open this. That's for heroin. Yes, for heroin. It has an alcohol pass. That's a real needle. It's a needle in there. Oh my God. And these things are like a black and mild filter that you put on the crack pipe so you don't think no one's saliva, so you don't get sick, and you can do your drugs. And so this is
they like if you're gonna do drugs, we're gonna give it to you so that you can do it the proper way without getting sick.
Because we're not stopping it. We're not going to stop it.
Exactly.
This is letting you know that it's going to be here. This is what they do.
So let me get this straight. Obama got underserved communities cell phones.
Yes, everybody in Cleveland, low minority, got Obama phone. Keep Obama in president, you know. He gave us a phone.
Biden got these communities crack pipes. And President Trump did prison reform and got these underserved communities out of jail.
Mine is real short. 2 months ago, I was in a prison cell, and I'm in the White House. Let's continue to make America great again.
So who are you going to believe? The crackheads on the street or the crackpots in Washington?
be my alibi.